What's going on, everybody? Today on Monday, which you can see I'm right out of the shower, had some good breakfast. My little girl is you're gonna fall off. So last week I made a video about possible changes that I would love to see during an OTA. Second Dinner does have the technology, they said, to actually change text on an OTA. However, they don't like doing that. They much prefer the OTA to just stick to numbers. So how much a card costs, the power of a card, the number in a card's ability. For example, the US Agent was changed. He was an ongoing ability that was -3 power, and now he's -4 power. The changes that some things that I wanted to get changed, like Master Mold, this is something that would almost never, ever happen because it's adding a whole new ability. It's like a revamp to the card. They would be able to change how many Sentinels are added to your opponent's hand in this, but they would not be able to add that ongoing ability in an OTA. They would be able to, but they're not going to. Unless a card is in desperate need of a change or a nerf, like it's absolutely crazy, then they're not going to change something like that in a major way in an OTA. So one change I wanted to make that I thought would be great is changing Jean Grey to a 3/4 up from a 3/3. I've been playing a Jean Grey deck a good amount of time during the season. I got to Infinite on a pre-buff Jean Grey, so I got to Infinite with a 3/3 Jean Grey, not the 3/4 Jean Grey. Since then, there have actually been 1 or 2 games where that 1 extra power has won me the game. Blew my mind, crazy, but this is something that I felt needed to happen. And the reason why I think she was a 3/3 originally is because there was so much hype behind this card about how game-changing she's going to be, how amazing that ability is, that you're really forcing your opponent to play this one card, right? You have to play at this one location, and it's going to ruin plays, it's going to ruin games, all that stuff. And then in practice, it really didn't mess things up as much as people in Second Dinner thought it would. So that 3/3 didn't really match up, and it took a very long time to actually make this card a 3/4. So that is a fantastic change, and it definitely feels better. There was a comment that was very, very mean to me about how I was dumb. What am I thinking? That change is stupid. You want to do this, and besides, you're wrong about everything anyway, which is very mean. But it was also very right, and it was about Lockjaw. I was completely wrong about Lockjaw's original stats. I thought he was a 3/4. He was a 3/2. I didn't use him too much, and I just had the information wrong. So that was my bad. Now, going back to Jean Grey, let's go and switch to the deck I was using, why I liked it, and a really surprising combo that I had with this. There was fantastic synergy, and let's go talk about that right now. So here's the deck. It is an Echo Grey deck, is what I called it, because it mostly was stemmed around Echo and Jean Grey. Echo, when Miss Marvel was a huge thing, would be absolutely fantastic because you could play Echo in the middle on turn 1, and then that would really mess up what your opponent wants to do with Miss Marvel. But as time went on with this deck, there was a very different card that was an absolute superstar and added to what control Jean Grey had already and just multiplied it to an insane amount. And that card, never gonna guess it, is Goose. It's Goose. So Goose makes it so nobody can play a card that costs 4, 5, or 6 at that location. When you pair that up with Jean Grey, if your opponent has a 4 cost, 5 cost, or 6 cost card, and they want to play it at the Jean Grey location, they obviously can't. So the tricky thing is, let's just say they only have high cost cards in their deck, in their hand, and they have nothing that costs 1, 2, or 3. Then they do have the ability to play a 4, 5, or 6 cost card somewhere else. But let's just say they do have Red Hulk, but then they also have some 1 cost card, and it's turn 6. They can't play Red Hulk at all because they have to play that lower cost card at the Jean Grey location with Goose first. And that's really going to cause a lot of problems with things that they may want to do. So you're just adding more control. if you are going to play Jean Grey, since she does have the buff now, try it out with Goose. It could be wonderful. It's not wonderful against Silver Surfer decks, I'll tell you that. Even with Cosmo there. They'll play something on that location, and then they'll play Silver Surfer somewhere else. It is a very hard deck to actually counter. That's really it. All right, guys, that's going to be it today. I was so happy that my Jean Grey prediction was right. Hopefully they'll change Time Stone in the next patch. It is the last week. I am looking forward to Valentina. Try out this new deck. I'll put the code below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.